Thank you very much. We're actually having a look at the shoot as we're seeing horse number 9 Reporter leave early for this 7 furlong handicap. Really good looking son of Wootton Bassett, who's had 6 runs, all fairly encouraging bar the last, which was underwhelming, but he had 3 runs in quick succession. Ed Walker looking for a quick double. His best effort came over this trip of 7 furlongs, so no surprise to see him stepped up again, and I like his chances, Reporter. But we're going to have a look at the rest of them that are still in the paddock. We've got number 8, who's just getting a little bit jig-joggy now, Azuzi for Daniel Masker and John Butler, and Azuzi rated 70. This is his first run in a handicap. He should definitely find his level, and 5th at Newcastle last time should be a strong guide, and I thought that could be a good race. I thought he was one to note here. One that's just entering the paddock quite late now is number 1. This is Sweet Fantastic for Holly Doyle and Hugo Palmer, and this horse rated 75, the highest of all of them here, and he was 3rd in his first handicap, which was a similar race to this at Lingfield in December. I thought he might have just hit the front too soon that day. He does have a poor draw in 11 to contend with, but if Holly can get him out early and trying to take matters, that should help. He's got the cheap pieces fitted. Now we've got a fair few leaving quite quickly. We're having a look now, and number 8, Azuzi, we've already had a look at. We do have quite a few for George Bowie's, Mini Mac being one of them. We've also got Bad Habits, who's leaving the paddock as well. We can see Bad Habits as horse number 11, who's making his way out, and there are a fair few that have quickly left the paddock here, so we'll have to tidy a few of them up in the studio. But another, from what I can see, quite close call from a betting perspective, but the horse that was first to leave the paddock, Reporter, just about heading it.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, doubles could be in the offing for Hector Crouch and Ed Walker in here. Reporter looking to get off the mark belatedly. 7th time would be the charm. He's 130 to do it. 7-2, Sweet Fantastic. Azuzi, 9-2. Panama Black, 13-2. 17-2, Choreographic. Arlecchino's Rex, 9-1. 11-1, Montrachet Gull. 16-1, Ant Colony. Dapper Gigi, 18-1, attracting a little modicum of support. 20-1, Bad Habits and Minimac, 33-1. 11 go to post. Nice enough looking field ahead of our penultimate race. 16 days ago, these were 2-year-olds, but now a 3-year-old only, early season January, 0-75 handicap. Is this finally the evening for Reporter, Rachel?
I don't think so. I think, as both Steve and I mentioned at the top of the show and in the middle of the show when we did the preview, we both quite like Sweet Fantastic for Hugo Palmer. A long trip down, but hopefully it'll be worth it. Finished 3rd on his handicap debut over 7 at Lingfield at the beginning of December, and now gets the first time cheek pieces on, and that was a day at Lingfield where racing prominently was definitely a no-no, and he was the best of the prominent racers to hang on a length in behind 2 stone-bonking closers. Today at Kempton, prominent run style is a good thing, so hopefully Sweet Fantastic with the cheek pieces, even though drawn 11, there's a lot of inside speed to his inside. He should be able to latch on, maybe get 2nd rank.
What about, we've heard a bit about Reporter so far. His claims are fairly obvious in this kind of race. We don't know as much, Steve, about Azuzi making his handicap debut. Still a colt, showcasing colt, opening mark of 70. What do you make of it? Yeah,
it's one of those that you don't really know. With John Butler, you'd like to see a bit of money for Azuzi, solid in the bank. But it's been kind of smuggled into races, certainly on all-weather debut last time, came from right off the pace in a race where the pace did hold up at Newcastle, so didn't have a huge amount of chance to show what he's capable of on that, and previous to that was well beaten on soft ground at Newmarket, so it's a bit more of a guessing game with Azuzi of where that mark is. But I would say that if Azuzi was considered very well handicapped, there'd be a stack of money, as you would expect, for John Butler's horse, but certainly an interesting one, just purely because he's so unexposed.
Another handicap debutant, Rachel, is Panama Black. Yep. You were referencing potential inside speed. Given that he's been prominent in a few of his races, it wouldn't be a surprise to see him make use of that.
Yeah, so I would suggest that they'll have a good old look to their left in the starting stalls and go, the Ammo Racing horse, Bad Habits, first time gelding, first time cheek piece, has been a bold front-running tearaway. We'll just sit back and we'll just get in behind him. But Panama Black, I think of all the handicap debutants, of which there are 6 in this particular contest, is the most likely to go in here on the handicap debut, off the basis that last time out in a banned CRD maiden at Wolverhampton, stepping up to 7 for the first time. He was drawn in 10, so he was really wide going around the sort of the first dog leg into the racetrack proper. He got in front when turning in and just sort of stayed on. I think giving him the headgear, giving him the handicap company, I think he'll sort of figure this out a little bit better today. And Sean Levy's been knocking at the door all evening. He deserves to sort of get through it first.
We've covered a few of these while we were looking at the race earlier, the likes of Choreographic, the likes of Arlecchino's Rex. How about Montrachet Girl and Dapper Gigi, Steve? Both, Dapper Gigi starting out life in handicaps of 73. Montrachet Girl is 73, but having been dropped a couple of pounds.
Yeah, Montrachet Girl is making her debut for Roger Varian, having run 4 times for Eve Johnson-Horton, all over 6 furlongs, the most recent of those in a hood, which is retained for the stable debut. She was caught wide when she was tried in that hood on her final start for Eve Johnson-Horton on the all-weather, so I wouldn't hold that against her at all. So she's got possibilities switching stables and going up in distance.
Dapper Gigi is 11 to 1 and has halved in price. That is the big market mover in here. 22's opened, 11 to 1. 100 to 30. Azuzi as well has attracted support. Reporter now 7 to 2, second favourite. Let's get a final word with Jess.
Yeah, just having a listen to Rachel talking there about how Sean Levy probably deserves a winner here. Panama Black is interesting, that rating of 70 for his first run in a handicap, which I think is a nice opening mark, as he wasn't beaten far by a 77 rated horse in Well Enough at Wolverhampton last time. I thought that was a decent run. He had to go quite wide early. He's got the cheek pieces fitted for the first time, and I think he's got a good chance. So no surprise to see him coming in for a bit of money. But Reporter stood out to me, just liked his profile. Thought you could forgive him for that last run, maybe came in quick succession. They haven't given him a hugely long break, but yeah, he's a horse that possibly could be better than his rating. But plenty of these could have a case made for them in that respect. And his horse has just turned 3, hoping to be a bit better than this when they come to the midpoint of this year. Looks like we've only got a few more left to go in, including Dapper Gigi. He's going backwards, reversing backwards into the stalls. He's obviously had some issues with them before. This horse who showed a lot of promise on debut at Chepstow back in August, but ever since not been as pleasing, and has got a starting mark of 73. He goes in, so it will be the last in, so we'll head up to commentary.
And they're off, racing away over the 7 furlongs. Bit of a barging match early there, Bad Habits and Azuzi coming out of the stalls for the happy 60th birthday Peter George handicap. Early speed from on the inside at Panama Black, and from wider out Montrachet Girl. Between them is Ant Colony. They've been trapped by Mini Mac. Behind Mini Mac is Reporter in the pink silks. Azuzi more towards the inside of Arlecchino's Rex and Bad Habits. Dapper Gigi some way back through them. Choreographic appearing to be second to last as they race towards the end of the far side. Sweet Fantastic moving into a more prominent role as they head down towards the end of the far side now. It's Panama Black being joined by Sweet Fantastic, Mini Mac, then Ant Colony and Azuzi. Next is Reporter, then Bad Habits and Arlecchino Drex Choreographic. More towards the back now, Montrachet Girl is second to last, and Dapper Gigi is a pushed along back marker. Out the top of the home straight, then Panama Black leading the way from Sweet Fantastic in second. Then came Azuzi and Colony and Mini Mac. Bad Habits next with Arlecchino Drex. Then Reporter, Choreographic, Montrachet Girl, and the ridden along Dapper Gigi. Racing inside the final furlong and a half, and it's Sweet Fantastic who's moved through to lead now from Panama Black. Azuzi battling up the inside. Then Mini Mac and Colony. Arlecchino Drex getting moving as well. It's Sweet Fantastic from Panama Black and Arlecchino's Rex. It's Sweet Fantastic. Sweet Fantastic will be the winner. Arlecchino's Rex in second. Panama Black third. Montrachet Girl was fourth.
A first winner on home soil of 2025 for Holly Doyle. Sweet Fantastic wins convincingly. Cheek pieces fitted for the first time and has come away by a couple of lengths here from in second. And rallying late on was Ardachino's Rex, and in third you could see the horse that had showed up for an awful long way. That was Panama Black, but Sweet Fantastic had to defy that wide draw in 11, and he certainly does so in good style. Horse rated 75 and just a second run in a handicap, and you'd think that this was probably going to throw up a few winners in due course. But Holly Doyle always in the driving seat, really. She had a Panama Black on her inside, and that was a good horse to follow, and his effort just started to peter out a little bit, and this is when Holly decided he was going to ask this horse to go and find that little bit extra, and stepping up to having this 7 furlong trip looked very much a given, but you think that he's hit the line very hard indeed, and he's a horse that potentially could stay a little bit further. Ardachino's Rex from the pack, out of the pack in second, ran a nice race indeed, but Sweet Fantastic put this race to bed in a matter of strides. And as I said, Holly Doyle has been close tonight, but she'll be delighted to come home with a winner after her stint in Japan.